Anti-racism campaigners have set their sights on a leading art gallery in Britain over a colonial-era mural showing an enslaved black child. Tate Britain now accepts the work is offensive.
The chair of the ethics committee noted that members were unequivocal in their view that the imagery of the work is offensive. Trustees discussed the need to acknowledge the strength of feeling around the mural and the harm that its imagery has caused.
So, the mural, which covers the wall of a gallery restaurant, is called The Expedition in Pursuit of Rare Meats. It's by Rex Whistler and it shows a hunting expedition. But controversially, characters in the piece include a captured black boy being led with a chain around his neck. Campaigners want the mural removed or the restaurant closed, and the gallery says it is considering now how best to respond.
We are taking this time to consult internally and externally on the future of the room and the mural, and we will keep the public informed of future plans.
It's polarised opinion between those who want the mural to stay and those who call it an unacceptable carryover from Britain's colonial past. We put it all up for debate.
We need to debate and leave these things where they are so people can understand history and understand how far we have come from these images that they may now find offensive under the current situation. If you're just going to hide things away, then you're never going to educate people. It's part of British history, but it's also part of black history.
I think that what you're looking at is deeply offensive artwork placed in one of the most prestigious art galleries in the country. Post Black Lives Matter, the whole paradigm shift in thinking is that what was formerly acceptable, what used to be acceptable, is now no longer acceptable. I think that you can move the mural to some sort of museum of colonialism or British shame, and you can provide the education context there. But to have the soupçon of slavery while you're eating your foie gras in the premier arts establishment of the country. It can be moved and it can be placed in its proper educational context, but it's certainly not in a public space in the prestigious art gallery.
But just to keep saying it's British colonialism is actually misleading, and it's actually false because you're misleading people of black history. And the issue of BLM is a left-wing Marxist political party. It's a registered political party now. So the actual movement for Black Lives has lost its momentum as being any credibility. But let's educate people about the entire history of the slave, but don't hide the fact that black African tribes were complicit in it well before Europeans got there, and it wasn't just British colonialism.
Can we just be absolutely clear? Because I wouldn't want the viewers to be misled. That chattel slavery, transatlantic chattel slavery, wasn't the periodic enslavement of warring tribes that could be released under negotiation between different villages. It was the most brutal, long-lasting exploitation, probably one of the greatest crimes in human history, that saw over 50 million Africans exported from West Africa and the interior.
What Lee wants to do is just hide history away. So it offends everybody. Well, in that time, in 1927...
I want to hide anything away. I want to put it in a history and a museum of colonialism and slavery that puts it in its proper context. And you, my friend, would be the first customer to get educated because your ignorance is so profound as to be absolutely shocking.
Ouch.